The bullet is now ready.
Okay, how's it going? My name is Dutch Hedrick, and I'm with Rube's Good Brand Coffee in Kittrell, North Carolina. And I just want to talk about the Aillio Bullet R1 roaster, and that's what we see here. And we got ours, well, we ordered it in March of 2018, and it took us a couple of months to get it. We had to order it directly from Taiwan. Now, the reason why we did that was because it's in a bit of demand, and so the only North American distributor, at least American distributor, is Sweet Maria's, and they weren't taking any orders. At least they had a backlog, and back then, if we had put in an order, it might be quite a while before we got a roaster. And we wanted to get Rube's up and running as quickly as possible. There are different things that we had to consider when we were getting a roaster. One was, well, I've been roasting coffee for the last 15 years, and there are some things I've just become accustomed to as a roaster. And when I was looking at a lot of roasters, you could start roasting in your home, like the hot top and things like that. Their capacity was a bit smaller than I would have liked. I think some were around half a kilo, and most of the people I saw roasting were roasting between 250 grams to 500 grams of coffee, and that was just a bit too small for what I was hoping for. I wanted something that was at least a full kilo, and that's what the Bullet R1 is. It's a full kilo. Now, there are a lot of coffee roasters, machines, that when they say what the capacity is, they tend to be fudging it a bit on the upside. So when it says 1 kilo, what they really mean is 800 grams. Now, one thing that Aillio has said is that their kilo is a true kilo. You can actually do 1 kilo of coffee as opposed to 800 grams when they say the capacity is a kilo. Generally, people who talk about roasting profiles will say you want to do about 20% less than what the capacity is. However, as I was saying, that doesn't seem to be the case with the Aillio. I've roasted 800 grams on the Aillio as my max. That's good enough to produce two 12-ounce bags of coffee, and that's just enough for me. So I'd rather give myself the extra room to be able to give it a little more airflow and to be able to control the roast a lot more. So even if I am able to roast up to a kilo, I still haven't at this point. There are some people who have Aillios who I've read are going up to 1.2 kilos, however, because that's actually what Aillio has said is their full capacity. Like I said, they just kind of say something more in line with what roasters are actually doing out there. So, anyway, I wanted to talk about the Aillio, but because there seems to be a lot of interest in the Aillio, I've noticed that the videos that I've produced that feature the Aillio seem to be the ones that are most getting the most views. So if there's interest in the Aillio, I would love to talk about it. And anyway, I'm not really sure what you guys might want to know about it. However, I did do the walkthrough of a roast, and that video is already up. It's not exactly the highest quality as is this, but I'm just getting started. So my editing techniques, well, not editing techniques, but my capabilities are a bit limited. As you can see, this is not going to be really all that much edited, except maybe the beginning and the ending. So that being said, just in the comment section below, if you have any questions about this roaster, just let me know. For instance, one thing I didn't really focus in on with the walkthrough video was programming software. There is programming software available for the Aillio, so you can hook your computer up to it, and you can essentially record profiles, and you can duplicate profiles as well by setting up automation. That's something that I personally am not, it doesn't appeal to me really, because I'm more of a sensory roaster, because I don't believe that a machine can duplicate a roast as well as a human. Now, the thing is, you have both a beam probe and you have your atmospheric temperature, and those things will, if you have a programmed roast profile, you can duplicate it by, well, just programming it to do so. However, what you're doing is you're not getting actually the true beam temperature or the true atmospheric temperature. You're just getting what that probe is reading, and that's not just for the Aillio, that's for any roaster out there. So what I'm saying is, yeah, you can manipulate a roaster into producing a roast profile according to your beam probe and your atmospheric temp, but that's not necessarily going to give you consistent results. At best, you might be able to duplicate roasts that are close enough that you might be able to give yourself a mediocre roast profile that you can easily duplicate. However, you're not really going to be able to give yourself the best coffee that you could possibly get. So it's great that you're able to duplicate roasts through automation with the Aillio. I think if you're aiming higher than that, then and why else would you be roasting coffee if you just want average coffee? I would recommend actually just learning how to roast for yourself. Learn about your sensory cues, what you're seeing, what you're smelling, what you're hearing, and try to be consistent with those and make notes. You don't necessarily have to put them in a computer. There has never been a roaster that I've worked on in 15 years that we actually went to the roast profiles and duplicated it exactly. We just had a general feel for what the roast profile would be, and we used our senses more than anything to duplicate those profiles. Anyway, I hope that's clear. If it's not, as I said before, just leave your comments in the comment section below. And that's all I have to say. I'm looking forward to answering questions about the Aillio. And besides that, please like, share, comment, of course, and subscribe, most of all. And I'd like to get a nice dialogue going on with people interested in coffee roasting, as well as coffee consuming. So, alright, hopefully I haven't rambled on too much with this video, but if I have, I apologize, and I look forward to reading that feedback. Alright, in the meantime, happy roasting, happy brewing, happy sipping, and have a good night, and a happy new year again. Thank you.